to her existing consultant. Remember one thing, what goes around comes around, good or bad. Good or bad. And if you will always run your business with that premise, I guarantee you'll have one of the strongest businesses this company has ever seen. Your business will never be made or broken by one customer. Your business will never be made or broken by one recruit. Don't ever let the greed of today stop you from the incredible feast of tomorrow by letting one person get you tripped up. Release her, let her go, and move forward. And let her go where she needs to go. Number 11, business conduct. We must always conduct ourselves reflecting the highest standards of integrity, the Mary Kay way, in our words and in our actions. People will long remember what we did wrong over all the right we've done in our life. We must live up to our words, not just give lip service to words. Deliver what you said you would when you said you would. And I'm talking even as simple as product delivery. If you've promised somebody a product by Tuesday, deliver it. Live up to your word, because your word is your bond, and people will judge you and me on your word. See, your word will be judged by the world, and that is how the world will look at Mary Kay Cosmetics, Mary Kay Incorporated. So important for us to live up to the integrity standards that we talk about. And number 12, support your unit and your director. Support your unit and director as a leader in your unit, as a team builder in your unit. The position of directorship deserves respect. If you don't always agree, you have a choice. Build your own business and debut your own unit. Isn't that a great choice? I'm thankful for that choice. Do you know, my mom said to me early on in my life, you'll learn more from the people that you don't agree with than you will those that you do. So important. So if you're not enjoying everything, move on. Do your own thing. Debut. That's the beauty of it. But while under the direction of your director, give her the respect that she deserves. Give her the respect that the position deserves, that of Mary Kay Sales Directorship. Remembering that she has earned that position, not been appointed to that position. There is a very, very big difference. Your director truly has the ability to help you climb up the ladder, or she wouldn't be in the purple suit. Her wealth of knowledge and experience will enhance your journey if you allow it to, if you open up to it, and if you take it in. Well, to build a strong team and to move up the career path, you've got to follow these very simple guidelines of running your business like a professional, the Mary Kay way. The way that Mary Kay would be proud of us to run it. To build a strong team, you have to have a goal. You have to be passionate about your goal, and the direction has to be mapped out clearly for you to take the journey. I want you to remember one thing. You are the visionary for your team. Whether it's a big vision or a little vision, you are the visionary for your team. So lead them through your example. No small thinking in Mary Kay, only big girl thinking. Small girl thinking can stay out there in the real world. Big girl thinking is what will really drive the success of your business and your company. And you know what? Both of us will see you at the top. Is there anybody in the room that would like to be a sales director with Mary Kay Cosmetics? Is there anybody in the room that would love to be a national sales director with Mary Kay Cosmetics? I can't imagine anybody saying, no, I don't think I'd ever like to live like that. I don't think I'd ever like to be treated like that. I don't think I'd ever like to get checks like that. I don't think I'd ever like the company to embrace me like that. I don't think I'd ever like to feel like that. But I know that's not true. I know each and every one of you have a really secret passion and desire to have that in your life. And the good news is that you can, and that your family deserves it. Your children deserve it. So be the leader to your team, and be the leader to your family, and be the leader in your life. Of course, keeping the most important leader first and foremost. But lead your team through your actions. And we will see you at the top.
Well, I want to share a story with you while they're doing their thing, and I just want to close out this workshop and along with Debbie, and we sure hope that the information that you've gleaned is something that you will take and use. But I want to read a story to you first, and it's about a bee, and I want you to listen carefully, and then we're going to tell you why Mary Kay chose the bumblebee as the symbol for her company. A persistent bee became attracted to my sandwich. I'd been working hard clearing brush for several hours in the mountains and decided to reward myself with a sandwich. Sitting down on a log, I unwrapped the sandwich and I surveyed the rugged scenery around me. It was a familiar scene of natural beauty and of one I have never tried. My ideal would have been perfect had it not been for a persistent bee that became attracted to my sandwich. Without thinking, I brushed her away. Not in the least intimidated, she came back and settled on the exact spot on the sandwich that I was about to bite. This time I shook her off and I batted her to the ground. But she would recover, and before she did, I ground her into the sand. A few moments later, I was startled by a minor explosion of sand at my feet, and my tormentor emerged with wings buzzing furiously. This time I took no chances. I stood and ground her into the sand this time. After several minutes, I became aware of a slight movement near my feet. A broken but still living bee was feebly emerging from the compacted sand. Beguiled by her remarkable survival, I leaned down to survey the damage. As she weakly flexed her broken wing, I could see that her right wing had several fragments missing from the edges. The left wing, however, was crumpled like a crushed piece of paper and had gaping holes in it. Nevertheless, the bee kept exercising her wing slowly, up and down, as though she were assessing the damage. She began to groom herself. Next, she turned her attention to the crumpled left wing and rapidly smoothing it out by running her legs down the left of it. After each straightening session, she buzzed her wings as if to test the improvement in the lift. This hopeless cripple thought she could still fly. By now, the bee had completely captured my attention. I got down on my hands and knees to see better. Closer scrutiny confirmed my earlier assumption. The bee paid no attention to my superior wisdom. If anything, she seemed to be gaining strength and increasing the tempo of her repairs. By repeatedly stroking her crumpled left wing, she was gradually restoring its original shape. The broken veins that stiffened the gossamer wing were nearly straight now. But I saw no way for her to restore the gaping holes. But she then did this remarkable thing. She flattened the wing out on the sand, and by contouring her lower abdomen over it, she began to emit a clear, thick fluid. Like a model plane enthusiast draping fabric over the wing spars, she carefully glazed over the missing portions of the wing. The emitted material must have dried quickly because she began to trial buzz her wings almost immediately. Time after time, she added a bit of her special adhesive here and there to correct what she sensed was needed for strength and balance. At last, the bee sufficiently confident to attempt a trial flight. With an audible buzz, she released her grip on earth and flew straight into a slight rise in the sand, not more than 3 inches away. She hit so hard she actually tumbled. More frantic smoothing and flexing of the wing followed, and she continued to twist her stinger over the wings to deposit the fluid, but in a noticeably more delicate dosage. Once more, she lifted off and flew parallel to the ground for about 6 inches before she hit another small mound of sand, and apparently she had regained the lift in her wings, but had not mastered the unfamiliar feel of the directional control. Each flight was straight ahead, and she hit objects that could have been easily avoided by its slight change in direction. After each crash landing, she worked furiously to correct each discovery deficiency in her wing structure. Again, she took off, this time clearing the small irregularities in the sand, but headed straight for a stump. She checked her forward speed, she circled, and then she drifted over the mirror-like surface of the pool, as if to admire her own reflection. I realized that I was still on my knees, and I remained on my knees for some time. Isn't that really what our life is all about? And can you see why Mary Kay chose the bumblebee as her symbol? You know, nobody told the bumblebee that it couldn't fly. and aerodynamically that bee should not be able to fly because the wings are too thin and the body is too heavy. But that bee soared. And when women like you and I, with lots of obstacles and circumstances in our life, come into this company, and we're encouraged and we're lifted up and we're helped over obstacles and circumstances in our life, we too can soar. And we can come to new whole levels of learning about ourselves that we never knew existed within us. And that's why Mary Kay chose the bee. It was such an appropriate symbol, because she said, I want women to soar. I want them to have all the barriers lifted off. I want them to spread their wings and fly. And I want them to influence and impact other women's lives in a great way. And so that bee story is powerful. And you know what? It only takes you sharing this Mary Kay marketing plan for you to land one of these beautiful diamond bumblebees on your shoulder. You know what? It's not too late to do it for seminar. Any goal that you set for yourself is a possible goal if you put the commitment behind it. And we are truly hoping that you will have been inspired, trained, your vision has been lifted and expanded to a whole new dimension today, and that you will say, this isn't about me. This is about giving the gift of Mary Kay away to somebody else. This is about perpetuating Mary Kay's dream, because Mary Kay wants to be even greater than it is, and we can all be a part of that dream and the greatness. And we can all have a diamond bumblebee. Do you believe it? Because if you believe it, you can achieve it. But you have to believe it right here. And then you have to make that heart just start to pitter-patter. And when you go out and do the work, you'll be amazed at what will happen. And so if you want to close with anything Senior National.
Well, our hope and prayer is that you believe in yourself enough to really take the information that you've gotten today, and hopefully it's impacted your life in a very positive way, and go out and be the person that God created you to be. And really pass this on to those that need what we have to offer, because they are out there just waiting for you to cross their path. Go out and really give away the greatest gift of all to someone else, and we'll see you at the top.
God bless you.
Are they fantastic? Your National Sales Directors, Debbie Moore and Kathy Halou. Thank you.